Hello to you and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia Ozumba, and so today I'll be walking you through the basics of calendar management, and this is particularly helpful for freelancers or virtual assistants, and it helps them stay more organized on top of their tasks, and it is an effective game changer, and it is one of the most essential skills for every freelancer. And you're going to learn exactly how I've been able to do mine for over the years, and if you like what you're seeing on your screen, still to the very end of this video. Let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is to access our Google Calendar. So I switched from my general mail to my work mail, and as you can see, this is my Google Calendar interface, right? So these are just a few of my schedule. So if you don't already know how to access your Google Calendar, it is pretty easy. You can go on your search bar and type calendar.google.com, right? So it's going to pop up, and then yeah, that's one. So and then it's going to bring you directly right into your Google Calendar. And so if you also don't want to use that method, you can go through the Google Apps method, Google Tabs method, where it is going to show you a number of Google applications. So while we have sorted that out, the next thing we want to do is to just review a few of the interface. That by the left hand side is the small Google Calendar, more like a mini calendar, and some settings that you can do too. So in the middle, you can see the full week. You can see how my calendar is already planned. So you can change the view from daily. You can change the view from daily, from weekly to monthly, or a list of other events that you want and all of that. So once that is sorted, the next thing we want to do is to learn how to create events and tasks on our calendar. So for you to create an event, click on an empty space. Just click on an empty space there. It is great. This stuff is going to pop out for you to input the details you want to do. So let's say we are creating a meeting with a client named Mr. Yezi, right? So it is also important that you label your meetings correctly. So once that is sorted, you can choose a time that is convenient. So let's say we're booking this meeting with this client from 2 p.m. to probably 3 p.m. So once that is done, you can decide to add the guest now or later. All right. So then the location where this very meeting will be holding. Okay, let's assume this is an in-person meeting, right? So I'm going to put a random address in this address bar, and then yeah, of course. So Google Meet works directly with Google Map because it is all Google apps. So once you populate an address, it's going to link it up. It's going to show you options of those addresses in Google Maps. So then I'll move on to putting a few things that I feel like we might be discussing in this meeting. So if you're working with a client, it is important you get the details of this meeting correctly. So once you're done, save it and then go back to editing this meeting. So the first thing we want to do is to color code the meeting. So let's say you're creating a number of meeting and tasks. It is important you color code the meeting to differentiate it and to avoid conflictions. Now, the next thing to do is to edit the meeting properly. If you remember, we've not added the guests to this meeting, and that is because, or let's just assume that you're creating this meeting and you've not gotten all the details you need for the meeting. Say maybe your client is still contemplating about the venue or the timing and stuff like that. So you are waiting to get all the details correctly before you can go ahead to actually book this meeting and add the guest to this meeting. So let's assume now you are back with the correct details for this meeting. So you go back to editing it and putting everything correctly. So add your girls details, set up the notification. How do you want Google Calendar to remind you? Since it's an in-person meeting, you could say 1 hour, you can say 1 hour before, you can say 30 minutes. All right, so once you are sure that everything is complete, go ahead and see. And then yes, Google is going to say, would you like to send invitation email to Google Calendar guests? Of course, I need the calendar guests to get a notification that I have booked a meeting for us, right? So once that is done, and that's about it. So we're moving on to creating our second meeting. Again, click on the empty space and it's going to pop up and ask you, what would you like to create? An event, task, or an appointment? So now we want to create a second meeting with George and Deborah. Right, so once we are cleared on the name of the people we want to create the meeting with, the next thing is to change the timing. Okay, then add the guests. So now you have all the details, everything is already confirmed. Go ahead and add the guests. So it's a Google meeting, but then you want to check a few settings about this Google meeting. What are the access you want to give your Google guests that are coming for this meeting? So you click on the setting icon, and then it's going to take you directly to this tab where you get to see all the things you need to check for the people you're creating this meeting with. Host management. So he's asking, would you like the host to be able to share their screen, send chat messages, send reactions? Yeah, of course. So if this is more like a team conference meeting, right? So I think you should click it, give them access to do a few things too while in the meeting. That way it is more interactive. So meeting access, would you want people that have the link? Yeah, of course, because this is team access, you don't want a random person in your team. So you would want to ask the people to request to join, and then someone from the meeting can, give them access. So trusted or open is when you don't need access. Trusted is when everybody can join the meeting. So once that is settled, we are moving over to, do you have a Google attachment? Are we sharing some kind of maybe Google Sheet or stuff like that? If no, go ahead and click send. Yeah, and again, we color code. I've told you several times, color coding is a super amazing way to keep your Google Calendar really beautiful. Now we are creating another event, but this time around we're not creating an event, we're creating a task, right? So remember, we're just learning all the different ways to do calendar management. So there's tasks, there's events, there's appointments. So now we want to create a task. So the task we're setting up for ourselves is reading. Okay, let's see what we want to do. Maybe reading a book. That's fine. Reading just randomly. So what book would you like to read, or are there any additional details you want to put in the book? So for me, I'll just say I want to read a book called Still Like an Artist. So you can just put whatever thing you like. Are there subtasks? No, save, and then that's it. So let's create another task for ourselves. So what's the second task? Creating content, creating LinkedIn content, creating LinkedIn content. So for you, it could be something else, creating LinkedIn content. So it is a task and not an event. So now, weekly content. Do you want to create a month content for your LinkedIn, weekly content? So you're creating a 7 days content post for your LinkedIn. So do you have a subtask? No. If you don't, save, and that's about it, right? So once you're done creating all the tags, events, and whatever thing you need to create on your Google Calendar for the day or the week, step back a little and watch what it looks like and see if there is a few things you need to adjust, if there's a place you need to, do 1 or 2 customization. And so as you can see it, you see that this is how it is when you put it on a week view. So let's say you have an event for 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19th, and 19th. It is definitely going to show in this chronological order in different colors, and it makes it really, really colorful. As you can see, this is my own schedule for the day, for this day, and it makes it really, really amazing. So if I put it on week review, you're going to see a list of other events that I also scheduled for myself for the coming week, and then you can see how beautiful this looks. See, and one beautiful thing with calendar management or scheduling your calendar and then color coding them is it makes it really beautiful, and aside that, it makes it still comfortable for you to want to come and view once in a while. So if you really, really do enjoy this video, kindly let me know, and please hit the subscribe button. Again, this is just me showing you what it feels like to really take your time and schedule this thing. Yeah, I took a few screenshots so that I can create a thumbnail for this very video you're watching, and this is me trying to adjust a few things so that I needed to come and watch this video, and of course I got it to watch this video. So please give me the like, give me the subscribe button, give me the like, give me the share, give me the comment, and give me the subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right here. See you in my next video.